안녕하세요. 비자인 코리아 장행닷컴 행정사 사무소의 장만익 행정사입니다. 오늘은 금요일이고요. 프라이드 나잇입니다. 네, 항상 금요일에 라이브로 한국에 계신 외국인 분들께서 궁금해하는 질문들에 대해서 실시간으로 답변을 드리는 시간을 갖고 있습니다. 매주 금요일에 궁금하신 부분들이 있으시면 들어오셔서 질문을 주시면 제가 최대한 설명을 해 드리도록 하겠습니다. Hi, this is Mr. Jang from Visa in Korea. You know that every Friday night, and I open this YouTube channel, live channel, to communicate and get some the questions from the foreigners living in Korea, and I will give some answers, right? As far as I know, and if you have any questions, and leave your the comment on my YouTube channel, and I will let you know what you're really needed, and get back to you, right? Okay, let us start. It's at 10 p.m. right now. 오케이. 미시누 파라줄리. 안녕하세요, 선생님. 예, 안녕하십니까. The Sajawa Ali. And hello, sir. I'm Ali from Pakistan. And sorry for asking multiple questions at the same time, but okay. An F299 visa come from F260 visa, right? How can get F5? How can he make GNI double? And can he work in two companies at the same time? I mean, like a Saturday, Sunday part-time job can he do, right? Okay, the question number one, how can get F5, right? And firstly, you have F299 visa, and the change the extended from F260 visa, right? So if you want to apply for the F5, it need 5 years from your F2 visa, right? F2 6 to the F299. So total the stay in Korea from your F2 6 to the F299, and this period is over 5 years. You have a chance to apply for the F501, the general the permanent residency. This is the first reason period, 5 years from F2 6, right? And you can combine F2 6 period and F299 period, but cannot add your E9 visa period. Okay, the first one period 5 years, and the second one is KIIP stage 5 completion, right? The third one, GNI double income. So this GNI double income is the second question. How can he make GNI double? GNI double is based on your income, the working at a certain the field, right? But as you know, I already uploaded lots of F299 and a visa and a policy, and you may check the Korean version of the newest one. But anyway, F299 is not allowed to run your own business if you change F299 from E9 to F2 6 to the F299. So only can allows that you can work in the several places, but the most important thing is you got F299 from the E9, right? So manufacturing field, for example. If you do, you have to the work manufacturing the field as a full time, and if you have a time on the Saturday and Sundays, and you can do and work a manufacturing field or a certain their part-time things, right? You can do, but it's different from F299 and F2 7. F2 7, it is not allowed to work at a simple the job, but F299 allows working at a simple job. So without reporting to the immigration office, and while you are the working and the manufacturing field, like a E9, like a your field, and you can do an Saturday, Sunday part-time job. It's no problem, right? The simple job and professional job, there's no problem. But you must report your income to the tax office. This is a very important thing. Okay, so you can do the part-time, yes. And number four, if yes, then his earned money with a part-time job will be included in his annual income. Oh, this is a the actual annual income and your incomes are totally different, right? The for example, I just explained you. If you work at a one company and your the wage, yeah, becomes your actual income. As you know that, right? When you change F to a 6 and from E9 visa, right? And when you submit it to meet almost a GNI, right? And at the time you submitted income certificate, right? Because of even if you just pay the government tax and other stuff, but your whole the wage and the income has recognized as your the income, right? But if you work in two different places, right, or three different places, if you work at the other places, you have to submit it even like you just report every February with a with a holding tax certificate as an employment. But if you work more than two areas, right, and and in May you have to report to the tax office for your uh, the comprehensive income, like a 종합소득, right? So it's a different from the working at a one company, and if you work at the several companies, like a two, more than two, right? Is two companies and three companies, and you have to report your general, right? The general uh your income, right? But when you report it, right, and in July, and you can get a comprehensive income certificate from tax office, but all your the spending money and other stuff will be deducted, right? So the one company you earn and 30 million won and a part-time working and earn the 20 million won per year, even though your total the income will be lower than 50 million won. It means and deducted your whole the government tax and your spending. So you must and communicate with a certified and public accountant, 세무사, regarding this. But if you just calculate by your own self, is a bit difficult to understanding. But if you work in two places or the more than two in two places and three places and more, and you have to report your the general income to their tax office. So all your spending things and government tax will be deducted. It means your total income amount will be more lower and very lower than your total amount of income. Okay. Another one is a high Sachif and Kambaruga Mua. Okay. Hi, I am associated degree holder. Is a D22, D21, right? And the college graduate. And now and following a bachelor degree as a 4 year and a student. Okay. If I find a job offer, is it possible to change my visa from D2 to E7? Mm, okay, so you graduate one of the Korean and the university as a associate degree, and the course is a 전문 대학, right? D21. So you'd like to transfer to the third grade, right? Uh, okay, to the university 4-year course. So actually, if you transfer to the associate degree to the 4-year degree, you maybe the uh, join the third right grade of the university student, right? So if you got the bachelor degree in Korea, and but actually um, you can change like when you get to, you get your degree, the bachelor degree, and with a D2 right, and D2 is a bachelor degree. To E7-1 is possible, but actually, I just recommend the most of the international student, if you find a job, and just to change DT to D10-1, D10-1, the job seeking and a visa. So within this 6-month period, you can find a job nicely. Yeah, because D2, like mostly and it will be finished like 1 month later after your graduation. So very the tight schedule, right? The find the job and the preparation for the E7-1 visa application. So and after graduate, and you can I'd like to recommend you to the change the D2 to the bachelor's degree to uh, the E7-1 special activity visa, right? So the if you find the company, right, but you must check, and the first one, and the associate degree holder, D2-1 degree holder, and an associate degree holder, and it shall meet your between your at the major and your working field, right, out of the 67 professional jobs in an E7-1 visa, right? So match and 100%. But if you got the bachelor's degree, it doesn't require for the 100 matching between your major and the working field out of a 67 and the E7-1, the visa in a job, the categories. But I really recommend you to, uh, even though in the bachelor's and master's PhD, uh, if your company needs you, you can try, but immigration office, the may check and any like a relation in the between your major and your working field, right? So there are some needed time and to consider is my position at a like a hiring company or not. You must check, right? This is a very important thing because immigration, the may check your the major and your degree and your working field at a new and a company. Okay, so there was a I already uploaded my YouTube channel about the D10-1, the job seeking visa, and also internship. All right, I just posted it newly. So you need to check that this one, right? So while you had some violation of the Korean law or and the immigration law, or while studying in Korea, right? So if you find over 400,000 won and with a unallowed working, right? It's difficult to change the D10-1 visa, right? In this case, this your only way is DT2 E7. You have to change this. So if you meet this requirement, while you're studying with a D2, you have to find a job, right? After graduate, you have to start right away, and then the visa change you from D2 to E7-1. So if you have the further questions, you leave a comment on my YouTube channel. I will explain for that. 미션우 파라줄리 E7-4 비자 변경하려고 하는데요. 네, 저는 농축에서 일하고 있습니다. 저희 회사에 저는 혼자만 일하고 있습니다. E7-4 변경해서 제출할 서류 중에서 고용보험 가입자 등이 있어야 하는데 저는 혼자 일하고 이남 비자에서 고용보험 안 되는데 무슨 서류 제출할까요? 우선은 어 한국인이 한 명도 없어도 E7-4 비자는 조건이 되면 한 명은 신청할 수가 있어요. 그래서 만약에 지금 고용보험이 가입되어 있는 사람이 없다고 하더라도 4대 보험 가입자 명부 회사에서 출력을 해서 제출하시면 돼요. 아무도 없어도 한 명도 회사에 한국 사람이 한 명도 없잖아요. 사장님 빼고 아무것도 없으면 4대 보험 가입자를 올리면 거기에 국민고용보험 가입되어 있는 사람이 없더라도 그 서류 제출만으로도 가능하거든요. 그래서 한국 사람이 없어서 고용보험 가입한 사람이 없더라도 4대 보험 가입자 명부를 출력해서 제출하시면 돼요. 예. 한국 그 회사에서 일하시는 분들 중에서 한국 사람이 없는 사업장도 상당히 있어요. 그래서 농업이라든가 축산업이라든가 수산업이라든가 일부 제조업 같은 경우에도 외국인들만 한 2명 정도 있고 사장님하고 근데 한국인 근로자가 없는 데도 있어요. 예. 그런 경우라도 그 고용보험 가입되어 있는 사장님은 고용보험 가입 대상이 아니에요. 예. 사장님은 고용보험 가입하는 게 아니에요. 그렇기 때문에 한국 사람이 없더라도 괜찮으니까 고용보험 가입자, 4대 보험 가입자라는 게 있어요. 그 출력을 해서 한국 사람이 없어도 되니까 서류는 제출해야 돼요. 네. 알겠죠? 궁금한 거 있으면 또 물어보세요. Okay. If someone asking in Korean, right? This is a man to man, and the question and the answer and the time. So if some uh, the persons and ask me in English version, right? I can speak in English, right? Explain in English. But someone ask me in Korean, yes, I'll explain in Korean. Okay? Okay. 존 아메리카 안녕하세요. 예. 미시누 파라줄리. 예. 그리고 선생님 2020년 소득 증명원 따는 방법 알려주시면 감사하겠습니다. 우선은 이번에 1 분기부터는 2019년 소득금액 증명원 세무서에서 인제 발급하는 소득금액 증명원이 있고요. 그리고 2020 년도 근로소득 지급 명세서, 다시 한번 말씀을 드릴게요. 2020년 소득은 근로소득 지급 명세서를 제출해야 소득이 인정이 됩니다. 근데 근로소득 지급 명세서는 회사에서 홈택스라는 시스템이 있잖아요. 거기에 정보를 기입해서 올려요. 올리면 회사에서 인제 출력이 가능합니다. 그래서 가능하면 19일 정도, 3월 19일 정도 인제 회사에서 출력하셔도 되고요. 아니면 힘드시면 동사무소나 면사무소, 그리고 아니면 시청 같은 데 가셔 가지고 팩스로 받아볼 수가 있어요, 팩스로. 그래서 어 2019년 소득금액 증명원도 세무서에서 발행하니까 세무서에 요청을 해서 인제 2019년 소득금액 증명원도 팩스로 받고 도장을 찍어 주고요. 그다음에 2020 년은 근로소득 지급 명세서, 팩스로 받아서 도장 찍은 거를 제출하시면 됩니다. Rayad Hassan, hello. And Bilen Vadar, hello, sir. How are you? Dr. Allah Bakshi, hello, sir. I did my PhD and master the both from Korea. Great. Then now I want to know about did postdoctoral job with a professor is considered as a job same as a job in company for F5? Mm, mm. Postdoc job with a professor is considered as a job. Uh, the postdoc, if you but I'm not sure is your current visa type is you are D10 or the professor visa is a E1 and the researcher visa is a E3, right? So uh, the most of the postdoc and the courses the person and work as an E1 or E3 research visa, right? And if you also like a E7 No problem. So you can choose E1 to E7, right? If you graduate and a PhD and a master in Korea. So E1 the professor, E3 the researcher, and the E7 as a work as a but usually in the professors may get E1 visa or E3 researcher or professor visa. It's the same, yeah, same field, right? E7 has 85 job categories and the 67 the professional job categories. And beside to E7 one visa, right? There is a other the professional job like a E1 professor job and the E3 researcher job, right? You can choose that. Which one it'll be better? So professor E1, right? And when you the change F5, you got the PhD. So this the main requirement is if you want to change is the first one. You got a PhD and you got a professor E1 and F5, right? There was a several video types you can try to offer the from E1 professor visa to F5 visa. F5 1, the general and a permanent residence, and the need and a 5 years from E1 professor visa to the F5 1, the 5 years, and the first one. Second one is uh, you have to study and the KIIP stage 5 completion and the Gen double income. So if you got the PhD here with the E1, the graduate from the one of the Korean universities, as you said, that in this case, if it'll be better to apply to the F515, right? F515 as a PhD degree holder and they graduated from the one of the Korean university, right? The first one, the second one, if you work more than 1 year, 1 year as a permanent employment. And the third one, the GNI one-time income for the previous year. No need KIIP stage 5. Can you understand? But as far as I know, it's very difficult to get permanent the employment from professor because most of the university cannot issue that kinds of permanent but some person I saw, but mostly I said mostly is the universities cannot issue your permanent employment or permanent employment certificate. Can understand that, right? So 1 year later, then you have a chance, right? But if you got a E1 professor visa, but I think that you meet the most of the requirement except for a certificate of permanent employment from the university. University is they don't like to issue that 정규직 확인서, like a certificate of the permanent employment, right? So you must check that. So I saw the one of the person and he got the PhD, but uh, he got offer from the professor and from one of the university, but uh, he really likes to get F5, so postponed to join the professor at the university, and he just work at just a teaching job right now, right? So because of university, I said already, the main requirement for the F515 needs or certificate of your permanent employment. It's a very difficult, so you may consider that which one would be more better. Okay, China Khan. Yes. So what is the difference between 고용노동부 and EPS recommendations letter? Thank you. And we know how to get 노동부. Let us know about EPS later. But actually, I don't know. It's 고용노동부, right? Very strict, right? I just uploaded in the Korean version, a version of how to get a recommendation, a letter from Ministry of Labor and Employment. But there was 200 quota, but it has chosen 50% only nationwide right now. So one of my client applied the recommendation from the ministry of the labor and employment, but failed because only choose uh, like 50 persons only, right? At the first quarter. But anyway, but I don't know actually about the what is the EPS recommendation. But I cannot understand the EPS recommendation. What is the EPS the recommendation? Because the recommendation has that the ministry that comes from each Dubai, right? And and the Ministry of Labor and Employment. The second one is Ministry of Agriculture and the Fisheries, and the Ministry of Industrial, right? Industry, right? As far as I know, I knew just the three recommendations, but EPS recommendation I don't know actually, but there is another the recommendations awarded, right, from the government, right. The first one is uh some the company received in a citation like a award, right, from the government, and because of like hiring and lots of Koreans, and also I just checked it just to the review that knew the released and some information. Uh, yeah, just the four recommendation I said already: Ministry of the Labor and Employment, and the Wood Industry, and the Ministry of Industry, and Agriculture and the Livestock is Ministry of the Agriculture and the Livestock and Food, right? And the Fisheries, right? Ministry of the Fisheries, right? That is what I knew. And there is another like uh and the things for the hiring, like is a very a lot of Koreans, like compared to the previous year, like more than 5%, right? And more than the 10% and the Korean workers are working there. And if that one, and then you can apply additionally. And another one uh is already and from the Korean government about the providing some jobs and receive the award, right? In this case, can do that, but EPS recommendation, I don't know actually about that. EPS recommendation, actually, I don't know where's that. EPS. EPS. I don't know actually, right? So there is only four in the recommendations I already explained. So kind of check more detail and let me know that, right? And the Bill Vader, I am studying in Korea since the last 9 years on D81, and you are just a foreign direct investor, and while you run your own business, yes, you allowed to study in Korea, right? So I'm an engineer with an annual salary 60 million won Korean won, right? Oh, great. Have a topic level 2 in the past. How can I get F5? uh Oh, I am studying Korea. I'm sorry. I just misreading. You just stay in Korea like a 9 years with a D81, right? Good. Foreign direct investment D81 to the F5. Uh, that if you to run your own business and you got D81, you need to prepare for the F51. F51. F51's basic requirement is the first one, the 5 years and from D81. The second one is the KIIP stage 5 completion. No need the topic, like a need the KIIP stage 5 completion. Thirdly, uh, yearly your income shall be over 75 million won. It's a Gen double income. And no, also you were the in the 2 years, right? Past 2 years, your sales volume shall be over 1 billion won. 10억. So it's very difficult. So in this case, I would like to recommend you to the change the D81 to F299 visa, right? Or F27 visa. right, before the F5, and you can do something. Okay, so you got the 81, and if you change the F299 visa, right, you still run your own business. If you do, you can work for others. And also F27 also, right, it's very strict, getting strict for the F27 visa and a working field right now. But if you change and F27 and from D81 visa, you can run your own business and you can find a job and you can work and you just make your the total and the yearly and the comprehensive income. So it'll be more better. So I'd like to recommend you and the Bill and the Vader to change F299 and F27 visa. F F299 need 5 years from D81 and 30 million one saving, and your previous years in the income shall be over GNI, but you got 60 million one already passed, right? So and the KIP stage 4 compilation after 99 and the condition I said already. After 7, your the previous year's income is more than 60 million won, and wow, you already did. And if you got 80 points, then you can try to apply for after 7. And after that, you can make a plan, right? And you can run your own business right now. You got to say you can get your income right now. So if you find a job with after 99 and after 7, but after 7 some of the restrictions, and if you find a job and work, right, professional job is required. So anyway, and after 99 to the after 7, and while you run your own business and you can work for others, right? So just make more and your the income. And if you made a GNI double income, KIP stage 5 completion, and then you have a chance to apply for the F51 or F516, anything. So I just recommend you to change the F299 or F27 before F5. Okay, good. Uh, can you guess next E7-4 cut off uh, Madhushan Jayasekara? But I don't know actually about the cut line score of the E7-4 at quarter one, but I think it's the cut line score will be lesser than the last year's quarter three and quarter four. The quarter three and quarter four last year's cut line score was 68 point with KIP stage 5. So the right now, as you know that, right, and higher and a point and a holder, and it has chosen 150 persons already, right? So and also and every quarter, right? Every quarter, the last years in a like a regular quarter, like quarter one, two, three, four. Every quarter, each quarter's the maximum quota was 125 persons, but from this year, and will be chosen 170 person, and it means 45% more than the previous quarter three and quarter four. So I think is Katrine score will be more lower than the quarter three and quarter four last year. Okay, cheer you up. And okay, I checked 99 pitches. Why can the Korean government not ask your Koreans about their university? However, the Korean immigration asked about top 100 university, racist or not? Uh, mm, it is not actually the racist, right? It's 99 pitches, right? Because of our other countries as well, right? And in the domestic and the person, like a Korean, right? Just to find a job, right? Their graduation and working field, right? It's same thing. If you visit your country, your country's nationality, right? That person to find a job uh, if they want it, right? No need. Sometime in the job, no need like a university degree. But if I just go to your country, find a job, and government request lots of some requirement, including like some university degree and other requirement to find a job because of the old country, and they consider first for the stability of job for the uh, and the nationals, right? And after that, an E7 visa, right, is just for the but you need to the read what is the E7-1 visa's requirement. This means are if they company, mostly that company hires Korean, but if your company needs you and needs some of the document and hire you, but it is not mandatory to you need to get 500 university around the world. It is one of the like advantages, right? Get additional point, right? Especially when you apply for the like a F27, right? But actually, it is not just a part of our advantages, not the mandatory. Okay, so please, and write down about more nice word when you ask some questions, right? So it is not a racist, right? And also, Korean government or and known is a request for your top 500 university if you want to get E7-1 visa. It is not a mandatory. I said, okay. Abdul Rahman, hi sir. The last time I asked you about the 1 million fine from immigration on D2 visa for illegal work. I'm doing masters now. Can I get admission PhD after graduate? As far as I know, if you got the fine more than 400,000 won, but you are higher than 400,000 won, you got 1 million fine. So D2, the visa 2, D10 1 visa, it is not available. Yeah, it is not available. Uh, but the PhD, the admission is a bit different, right? Because they said that they have a restriction to change current D2 visa to D10 1 visa if you uh, like got fined like more than 400,000 Korean won, right? So PhD itself, right? There is no any specific and restrictions. So, but when you apply for the immigration, in 1 million fine is very huge, 1 million, right? The speeding ticket just a 30,000 won, but 1 million fine is very huge. So, but actually, if you got a fine with a D2 and D10 one, it is not allowed, but you may try and to apply for the PhD course. But final decision will be made the immigration office. And when you submit it and they checked it criminal record in domestic, and if your like this violation is huge, and they may decide that, right, grant you a PhD and the visa D2 4, right, or not. Okay, so finally, and the decision will be made by immigration officer. Okay. P1 Smith, what is there happening with the F27? Yes. It is terrible. And actually, I received a lot of the message from the that one, and actually, I don't have no idea. Okay, you can't own a business anymore. You now need to invest deduct to have one. People are going to immigration, and this is why the officers are telling them continue reading. But actually, yeah, I have heard that, and also and I already asked that questions to the headquarter of the immigration office, and because this is some officers is okay if you got the corporate business, but the private business is not allowed. But other and the foreigners said that anything is not allowed. So I don't know actually about this. So the most important thing is this is a policy, right? So I just replied to ask that the questions to the immigration office, but they refused to and give answers for that. So I just finally and the answer that and the current situation about the F7 and the run business related things to the headquarter of the immigration office right now. So once I get the result, this is a bit different from the immigration and headquarter, right? So headquarter is a kind of a rule maker that regarding immigration office for the guidelines, right? So once I receive that detailed information from the headquarter of the immigration, and I will get back to you. Okay, I just promise I will get back to you later then. But right now, actually, even like I just call the 1345 and checking the other guidelines. You have it right, but there's no any specific things, but different and the person and said different answers and different officers and said different answers. So how can I say? So right now, please kind of wait until the final answer from the headquarters of immigration. I'll get back to you. Okay. GT Blues. Wait a minute. Wow, there are lots of questions. Oh, I have to more speed up. 비트블루, 안녕하세요, 선생님. 2020년 소득 2,600만 원 상태에 있는데 E7-4 연장 가능합니까? 코로나인데 월급 확 떨어져서 네. 비자 연장 가능 안 될까 봐 걱정이었는데 출입국에서 봐주는 거 없어요? 지투블루님 우선은 그런 얘기를 제가 진짜 많이 들어요. 왜냐면 2020 년도에 어 그 너무나 힘들었어요. 지금도 힘들고 있고요. 그거는 이제 코로나 때문에 제조업체가 인제 일을 주는 높은 그러니까 다른 큰 기업들에게 일을 받아서 일을 하고 직원들한테 월급을 줘야 주는 상황인데 큰 기업들이 일을 줄 수가 없는 상황이에요. 코로나 때문에 수출도 못 하고 그렇게 된 거죠. 그래서 인제 중소기업에서 일하고 계시는 우리 근로자들, 외국인 근로자들 분들께서 일이 줄어드는 거예요. 그리고 올해부터 또 52 시간이 적용이 되잖아요. 너무나 힘든 거죠. 그래서 이 부분에 대해서는 쪼금 좀 그러니까 2020 년도에 코로나 때문에 많이 힘들었잖아요. 그래서 쪼금 2,600만 원이 안 되더라도 쪼금 혜택을 줬으면 좋겠어요. 근데 아직까지는 거기에 관련되어 있는 그 정책이 나와 있지는 않아요. 하지만 이 1 년에 2,600만 원 이상이면 되거든요. 최소가 2,600만 원. 그래서 2020년 소득이 2,600만 원이고 2019년 소득도 2,600만 원 이상이면 인제 52점 이상이면 신청은 가능해요. 근데 제가 염려하는 거는 2020 년도에 2,600만 원이 안 되게 인제 소득을 번 외국인 근로자 때문에 걱정을 많이 하는데 거기에 관련돼서 쪼금 뭔 정책이 좀 나왔으면 좋겠어요. 외국인 근로자가 잘못해서 그런 게 아니고 그 코로나라는 그런 특수한 상황 때문에 회사가 일을 많이 못 받고 또 외국인 근로자도 일을 못 해서 소득이 적은 부분이기 때문에 거기에 대한 거 쪼금 더 좀 음 어 좀 좋은 정책이 좀 나왔으면 될 것 같아요. 예. 나왔으면 좋겠어요. 근데 아직까지는 지금 규정대로 연장할 때도 매년마다 2,600만 원이 넘고 52 점이 넘어야 비자가 신청이 가능합니다. The Global TV. Sir, I'm on E7 visa. I received the E7 in 2017. Okay, and I spent more than 1 month vacation in my home country in 2019. Want to know my 5 years E7 period started from the 2007 or 2019? It is based on your continuous working at your company, right? But usually, the more than just if you stay at a vacation is more than 1 month is I don't know is how long. So just to wait until the fully you were actually staying in Korea after 2017 with the E7, right? Just a few months, just to just the prepare for the F5 with a more safest way. So so 5 years. If you got an E7 from now, right? Working theory, the E7, right? So you just deduct your like a month while you got E7 and your vacation period, deduct this period, and after that, if you meet the 5 years from 2017. But the important thing is you have to stay in Korea with the E7 while and you're holding E7 and you just visited your country for the vacation. Yes, it is a totally this period accepted, but deducted, and you were in the vacation and the period at your country. Okay, so calculate the from 2017. So it means somebody like this, like a E7, and permanently left Korea after working and come back again and they get an E7 again. In this case, you will start in the E7 from new the E7 visa, right? And the issuance date. But your case is you are working continuously at the current company, but you just went to the vacation to your country, right? So you can calculate the 5 years from 2017 until now and deduct your the more than 1 month period per year, right? And deduct this period that stayed in your country. Okay, Pew and Smith, they are applying rules that do not exist on paper and only exist on internal document. Yeah, so actually I know I totally understand it for them. So that's why I just only way to get the document and the reply from the headquarter of immigration because there are lots of saying and the people are being told it's illegal to have a business on an F27 and not getting income point for it even though it was totally legal before. Yeah, that one is I already asked that. Based on the presidential decree, I read it. Right, that is a guy. The presidential decree is allowed for the working, but there is no any indication about the business. Right, but as you know, like since 2016, right? Like somebody got F27 and they just proved that their income with a business immigration that didn't care, right? They only checked the income and they even said that, right? I just wrote that the one of their the government, right, the wrote and replied to one of their the petitioner, right, and about the F2 visa and without the 100 million one and can and run their own business. Yeah, they replied a long time ago, right? So I just used that one and attached and replied to the immigration headquarter. So kindly wait until the what's going on. We may see that. And once I receive that one, I will share that and what the headquarter of immigration said to me. Okay. 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 And Shahjad, hi sir, how are you, sir? I make new the passport and not entry in immigration, but 3 months late entry, the 40,000 one fine I pay if I apply for the -5 deduction, right? So once you renew your the passport, right, you have to report it or like a certain period, like within the 15 days, right? So you just pay the 40,000 one. Your the point will be the 5 point will be deducted. The Sajawal Ali. Uh, on F299, the visa holder can the sell something. No, I said that you can work as an employment. It is okay while you are continuously working at the E9 field, right? Before F299, F26, right? And if you just working at a manufacturing field like a E9, the visa sector, right? And you can the work the part time, and the part time work you can do that, right? you can sell something like a mobile accessories and jewelry and during Saturday, Sunday, and the weekend, the market. You can okay, it is okay. And but if you the work at the field, right? But if you not run your own business and working as an employment, it is okay. It is okay. But the important thing is that you have to report and you were and like a r- real worker and report your income to tax office. If you meet this requirement, yes, possible. 비슈누 파라줄리 4대 보험 가입자 명부 개인에서 인쇄해서 제출하면 됩니까? 우선은 그 회사가 아마 대부분 개인 사업자가 많은데요. 개인 사업자는 인제 그 회사 이름으로 인제 가입이 되어 있을 거예요. 근데 4대 보험 가입은 가입자 명부가 인제 개인 사업자인 경우에는 인제 개인으로 나오거든요. 네. 고거 제출하시면 돼요. 왜냐하면 한국 사람이 없잖아요. 그리고 법인도 아니기 때문에. 근데 다만 인제 그 그 농업에서 일하는 경우에는 명부가 있는 걸로 알고 있어요. 일하고 계시는 그 사람들의 명부가 있는 걸로 알고 있는데 잠시만요. 제가 확인해 볼게요. 그 사대보험 가입자 명부는 이제 한국 사람이 이제 몇 명인가를 증명하는 건데 한 명이 없어도 상관없어요. 그래서 이제 사대보험 가입자 명부가 개인 사업자 같은 경우는 개인이 내는 거기 때문에 그렇게 하시면 되고 잠시만요. 농업인 경우에는 한번 확인해 볼게요. 음. 사대보험 가입자가 기본으로 되어 있어서 음 그리고 인제 농업체 같은 경우는 한번 봐 볼게요. 농업인 경우에는 봅시다. 뭐 특별하게 나와 있는 게 없네요. 그 농업 경영 관련된 증명서가 있어요. 그거 하고 그다음에 사대보험 가입자 명부 네 개인이기 때문에 개인이 같은 경우는 이렇게 뽑아질 거예요. 그거라도 제출하시는 게 나을 것 같아요. 네. 그다음에 사키스 어 캄부르가무와 저는 전문 학사 2 학년 졸업하고 예 D2 졸업하시고요. D10 비자로 6 개월 두 번씩 1 년까지 연장하고 그다음에 다른 대학교 편입하고 지금은 4 학년을 공부하고 있습니다. 네. 그러면 D22 어 배철러 디그리를 하고 있는 거죠. 4 학년 졸업 후에 다시 D10 비자 신청이 가능합니까? 이제 중요한 거는 이렇습니다. 출입국에서 정해 놓은 거는 3년 이내에 D10을 1년 정도밖에 쓸 수가 없어요. 예. 근데 만약에 D10 비자를 2 년까지 맥스로 사용하고 싶으면 그 아시죠? 점수제. 예 점수제로 80 점이 넘으면 맥스로 2 년까지 할 수 있어요. 그래서 지금 D10 비자로 있고 6 개월 두 번 1 년을 지금 보내고 대학교 2 년을 보내서 만약에 처음에 D10 비자를 받고 있는 때하고 지금 4 년대 졸업하고 난 다음에 그 기간이 3 년이 넘으면 다시 D10 처음부터 시작할 수 있는데 3 년이 3 년이 안 돼서 디테일1을 신청하는 경우에는 80 점이 넘어야 돼요. 고거 이해하시면 될 것 같습니다. 한국어를 좀 준비를 좀 많이 하셔서 점수가 80 점이 넘으면 맥스 2 년까지 가능하다는 거. 하지만 과거 3년 이내에 내가 지금 디테일을 신청하고 있는 시려고 하는데 과거 3년 이내에 디테일1을 1 년을 가지고 있으면 80 점이 넘지 않으면 디테일1이 비자가 조금 받기가 어려울 수 있으니까 80점 점수로 제가 이미 올려 놨어요, 영어로도. 80 점이 넘을 수 있게끔 준비를 하시는 게 좀 도움이 될 것 같아요. STVDS 안녕하세요 선생님. 읍면 지역 E7-4 점수 경기도 동두천시. 동두천시는 봐 볼게요. 예 이게 좀 정해져 가지고 인구가 시라도 경기도 시라도 인구가 20만 명이 넘으면 안 돼요. 근데 동두천시 인구 한번 검색을 해 보면 동두천시는 9만 명이기 때문에 상관이 없는데요. 근데 동두천시의 읍면에서 근무를 하는 경우에는 점수가 인정이 될 수 있는데 동두천시 548이라고 하면 읍면이 없잖아요. 그러면 점수가 안 들어가요. 동두천시는 인구가 경기도라도 인구가 20만 명이 안 되기 때문에 읍면에서 근무하는 걸 증명하면 되는데 동두천시 548로만 되어 있다면 읍면이 안 나와 있죠, 일하고 있는 장소가. 그러면 점수를 못 받을 수 있어요. 못 받습니다. 읍면이어야 돼요. 미션우 파라줄리 우리 사장님이 "여기 다른 사람 없으니 필요 없다."고 하셨어요. 그래서 제가 저의 공인인증서에 4대 보험 가입자 명부 딸 수 있거든요. 어 글쎄요. 본인의 개인 공인인증서로 4대 보험 가입자 명부 왜냐하면 4대 보험 가입자는 회사에서 나에게 의료보험 같은 거를 내주잖아요. 그래서 회사에서 일반적으로 하게 돼 있고 위에 개인 사업이면 인제 개인 그러니까 대표님 이름으로 이렇게 나와 있거든요. 근데 본인이 4대 보험을 할 수 있는데 만약 할 수 있으면 프린트해서 한번 보여줘 보세요. 제가 그런 경우는 처음이어서 예 자세하게 제가 이게 가능하나 잘 모르겠어요. 한번 발행을 하시고 한번 보여줘 보시겠어요? 네. 연락을 한번 해 주시면 돼요. 제 뭐 페이스북 페이지나 아니면 저기 www.visainkorea.com에 연락처 있으니까 한번 출력하시고 난 다음에 한번 보여주세요. 소피엔 카르바 질문을 많이 남았는데 시간 다 돼 가네요. Hello, sir. I will apply for a short-time visa C3 with 90 days to stay, but I'm planning to stay more than this period. Can I change or extend this visa in South Korea and stay legally? It depends on the C3, the visa condition. You may ask the Korean embassy, but when you hear but usually C3 to working visa need a lot of a document that comes from your country, right? So it's a very difficult to explain the whole document because there are more than 300 visa types in Korea. So registration of the foreigner residents need staying in Korea more than 91 days. So usually stay in here in Korea for the studying in Korea or the joining enter the university or find a job. Find a job is kindly difficult. There are lots of documents. So what do you really wanted? Which kind of a long-term visa? Okay, my hash lot. I have the recent and changed the company, and can I apply for E7-4 from E9 without completing 1 year service on the current company? Oh, if you change the company and the 3 months later then, and you can apply the based on the new guideline, okay? Usman Al-Rahman, the changing visa from F7 to F5, there is a requirement to be 정규직, right? Okay, certificate of the permanent residence, permanent employment or regular employment. So to be that, we need certificate from my company and for insurance, but my company is paying only three insurances. They are not paying 국민연금. Uh, 국민연금, national pension, it is a different. So when you accept as your the regular employment and the certificate of regular employment and employment the national employment insurance, no need national pension. Okay, 99 pitches, but that has like a deleted due to like you some some different word, so automatically they canceled your messages. Okay, so the Korean government is not racist. Okay, please don't ask that kinds of a question to us. Okay, lovely yours. Good job, sir. Thank you for the making such a useful life. Thank you very much. 카라 오빠, E7-4 비자 고용노동부 추천서 특례 재입국 3년 후 1년 이내 만료일까지 신청할 수 있죠. 그렇죠. 두 가지로 선택할 수 있어요. 처음에 재입국, 그러니까 성실 근로자로 재입국하면 3년 비자를 받잖아요. 그 기간에 1년이 남으면 되고요. 예. 그러니까 2년을 넘게 재입국하고 있으면 되고 3년이 끝나고 난 다음에 1년 10개월 연장하잖아요. 그때는 1년이 남으면 돼요. 그래서 처음에 받았을 때 3년 받았을 때 1년이 남으면 신청할 수 있고 또 3년이 끝나고 1년 10개월 연장하고 난 다음에 1년이 남으면 예 신청할 수 있어요. 두 번의 기회가 있어요. 99 pitches I think is I think is 음 okay. Okay. So okay, Denise Maduranga Pereira. I have seen a post about a post related to D10 visa changes. Could you explain more? Ah, yes, yes. But I tried to make an English version, but I'm really sorry about that. Okay. The detail it is about the internship, right? Internship is a kind of a working as a professional before getting E7-1 visa, right? So usually the D10 and the one the job seeking visa are like a maximum period of stay is 1 year to 2 years, right? It's graduate and the bachelor's course or master and higher course in Korea, the maximum period stay with a D10 one is a 2 years, right? But the internship is a actual working before change E7-1. So only allows 6 months for the internship with a D10. Okay. It is not a D10 one period. It is about the internship working, right? Internship with a D10 visa. So this is within 6 months only. But last time, as far as I know, like one company can work like a 6 month, and you can change the company and you can work additional 6 months to the different company. But right now, total internship with a D10 visa, the period, like internship period, within within 6 months. It's really shortened and restricted. Can you understand? Okay. This is about the internship, working, right? 큰 마스틴 선생님 안녕하십니까? 네, 제가 지금 E7-4 비자를 가지고 있고 사회 통합 프로그램도 이수했고요. 아, 수고하셨습니다. 나라에서 고등학교 졸업하고 있고요. 월 290만 원 정도 월급 받고 있고요. 생일은 1991년입니다. 제가 앞으로 더 나은 어느 비자로 갈 수 있을까요? 우선은 E7-4 비자에서 갈 수 있는 비자는 정해져 있어요. E7-4 비자에서 갈 수 있는 비자는 E7-4 비자 받고 5년이 지나서 F299 비자, 예, 기타 장기 거주 비자 변경하는 방법. 한 가지밖에 없네요. 네, 그거 또는 F5 비자, F5-1 비자인데 5년 지나서 그 경우에는 GNI 2배, 7,600 넘어야 되기 때문에 그거는 진짜 힘들고요. F299 비자가 인제 선택할 수 있는 가장 상황인 것 같아요. 이제 E7-4 비자 받고 5년이 지나고 사회통합 프로그램은 다 이수하셨으니까 되고 3천만 원 세이빙이 있어야 되고 전년도 소득이 GNI 1배 소득이면 월 290이면 GNI 1배 소득 넘고요. 네. 그래서 5년이 지나면 그 세이빙 하시고요. 예금을 3천만 원 정도 가지시고 F299 비자로 비자 변경하시면 될 것 같습니다. 자가 최해트리 Sir. 너무 시간 예. 최대한 제가 답변하겠습니다. 여기 이 분까지 제가 설명을 해 드릴게요. 그 잠깐만요. 우선은 제가 설명해 드릴게요. 네. 그다음에 자가 the chatry, "Sir, I am E7-4 visa holder and I want to change it to F-7 how" 어 unfortunately, Jagat Chihatri, the F-7 rules has been changed from December 1st, 2020. So E7-4 uh, cannot change F-7 right now. I'm really sorry about that. E7-4 visa cannot change it to the F-7 anymore. Shahjad, thank you, sir. Thank you. The Love Shah, G1 visa to D8 visa. If a 300 million won ready, how long the process takes and how much the expanded for changing the visa and is it 100 will be changed? But actually, I don't know actually for that. The last time there is some of the information about the G1 visa holder invest D8, the 300 million won and change to D8 visa, but I checked the last year's and this year's and G1 visa, it is not allowed to change D8 visa. So you must get and receiving 300 million won, the money from your country, kindly visit to immigration office. It is possible to change the G1 visa to D8 visa, okay? But as far as I know, it's difficult. 로라, F7 비자는 신청일 기준 최근 6개월 이상 소득이 없으면 체류 기간 적게 받거나 허가 취소될 수 있다고 하는데, 예. 2020년 6월 9일부터 2020년 11월 30일 소득이 없으면 올해 12월에 비자 연장할 때 문제 있을까요? 11월인데 올해 12월이니까 6개월 이상 올해 12월이기 때문에 작년 11월 30일까지 소득이 없더라도 12월부터 1년 정도 소득이 있어요. 근데 문제가 되는 거는 지금 현재 일을 하고 계셔서 6개월 이상 일을 하고 있더라도 올해 12월에 신청하는 경우에는 2020년 소득금액 증명원을 제출해야 돼요. 근데 6월부터 11월 30일까지 만약에 소득이 적으면 이제 점수가 완전 달라져요. 75점 이상이어야 되거든요, 올해는. 그래서 F7 비자가 지금 작년에 12월 1일 이전에 비자 받으신 분은 올해 연장을 할 때 새로운 시스템으로 75점이 넘어야 돼요. 물론 내년부터는 80점이 넘어야 되고 새로운 시스템으로. 그래서 소득이 적으면 점수가 너무나 줄어들어요. 그래서 고 부분들을 증명을 하시면 될 것 같아요. 그래서 새로운 시스템으로 75점이 넘는 거, 그리고 2020년도 소득 금액 증명원도 제출하시면 소득이 좀 작을 거지만 지금 작년 11월 30일 이후로 지금 현재까지 계속 일을 하고 있는 재직증명서라든가 그다음에 일하고 있는 그 급여 명세서 좀 가져가시는 게 좋을 것 같아요. The Pruna Kunwa, hello. Sir, in case of E9 visa holder, what type of visa can we change? E7 to E9 to E7-4. This is the only way. E9 to E7-4. Kunal Sa. Hello, sir. My point is 68. Include the recommendation letter. Can I apply E7-4 visa anytime? But which kind of a recommendation letter? The road industry or the Ministry of the Labor and Employment? The road industry, only you get the road industry recommendation from the Ministry of Industry. You have to wait. But if you got a 68 point, you can apply in quarter one. But if you got the recommendation from Ministry of Labor and Employment, you can apply, right? Good. Anytime. So you got the recommendation letter from the Ministry of Labor and Employment, right? And the result comes out is the March 10th. If you do, yeah, you got to get a document and apply. This is anytime you can apply. But recommendation from the Ministry of Industry, you have to wait. There is no any indication yet. Usman Lahaman, 고용보험 and the national employment is the same. 고용보험은 national employment insurance고요. national employment는 I think yeah same thing, right? 고용보험을 영어로 하게 되면 national, right? national employment insurance예요. 예, 예, 예. 그렇게 같은 거 생각하시면 돼요. national employment insurance. 예, 예, yes. 쿤 마스틴 감사합니다 선생님. 네, 질문 있으면 항상 금요일 날 질문 주시면 자세하게 설명해 드릴게요. The last question. 바다이 콰쌤 안녕하세요. How many points our master degree and our bachelor degree both from Korean University will give? Which points? If I receive the money from abroad, would it be calculated the income? No, just that your working field. So I don't know actually about your which point is after 7. I think that you may get the E7 first, right? Because where I couldn't memorize every question. So the important thing is get a job and change E7 and your 1 year working after that. If your previous income is more than 40 million won, and you can apply for the E7-1 to F7 directly. But if you received from overseas and the money, It is not your income. Income means you have to work with a working visa. F2 visa? Yes, so I already explained, right? The master visa, already I posted it and I just explain you. And the master degree domestic, wait a minute, I'll just check that. Okay, domestic, and it depends on your major. But if you got a master and engineering, 20 points. Without engineering and science, 17 points. And additional point for the working in Korea. And the master's domestic, 7 point. But World 500 university with a master is a 20 point. Okay. Okay. Too late. 11:10. But actually really appreciate for your question and anything. So if you want any questions and on Friday, we welcome and you can apply and let me know your questions. Okay. So anyway, I have a time just 10 to 11. So every Friday, even like a national holiday, I open. So you just enter that and just leave a message, and I will just give you answers. Okay. So anyway, see you next time and next Friday. Bye bye.